Hello everybody, welcome to the first episode of The Weekly Thing. My name is BFAB and with me today is SGS, special guest Sam. How are you, Sam?
I'm good.
Basic thing is every single week, we're going to be trying to do this every week, if we can. Hopefully this one will be going up relatively soon. We're recording it on the 26th of October. It's going to be a great time. More or less the way we're going to be doing this is we're going to be talking about just very stupid things. For example, we have found a product on Amazon, which, let me just bring it up here, is very odd, I would say. So, Sam, I don't know if you're like me, but like if you're anything like me, I've always wanted to get into pendulum magic.
It's really the only magic to get into.
Not magic in general.
Just
pending magic.
Pending magic?
Pendant magic in particular. It's very, I'm into just rocks. Magic that attaches rocks and chains together is my one thing. So, apparently people use stuff like this. I guess it's for divining, right? There's a book here by the name Pendulum Magic for Beginners. Tap into your inner wisdom for beginners by Richard Webster. Your inner wisdom. For beginners, though. So
for beginners.
For your beginning wisdom.
That concedes that there is advanced pendulum magic. Just so everyone knows. There must exist
Sam,
advanced pendulum magic.
But for those of you at home who are like me, who don't really know what a beginner pendulum magic person should expect, really, I'm going to put a picture of this up on screen so you can see what we're talking about. But here's the things that you can expect to be able to do with the help of this book. Are you ready? You will locate lost items. Seems fair. That's kind of what dowsing is. Gain insight on any decision. Any decision. By definition.
That's a very broad.
You got your banking. You got your love life. You got your car. Like anything you want. Literally anything. If you should do that bad Danny DeVito impression. Anything, really. If I had this book, that wouldn't have happened. See, like, that's investment. Test food for freshness or allergens.
That's the one I'm quite worried about. The other ones are like, you can...
To be fair, if someone is holding, like, an obsidian rock on a chain above their dish going, I don't sense any peanuts. They're probably dead already. You don't survive with a strong allergy that long if your idea of, like, being... Like, I don't know how you survive. How do you, like, this burger. I wonder if they made it with mushrooms. I'm allergic to mushrooms.
I wonder.
The cards say no.
Don't even bother to consult the menu anymore. All you need is pendulum magic.
This isn't even the weirdest parts yet. Change bad habits. How?
Change bad habits.
How could... That's so vague.
Every time you go back to that bad habit, whether it's smoking or whether it's making left turns too soon, you're going to think back, but I definitely bought pendulum magic. My life is already so worthless.
What if you're like, if you walk outside to smoke with your friends, right, at like a work break, and you're holding a pendulum rod, like you're holding the pendulum stone out in front of you as far as you can, just like, hey guys, they're gonna leave, and you're not gonna want to smoke anymore because
there you go,
like
foolproof.
There you go. If you're addicted to heroin, buy rocks. That's BFAB approved. Resolve health issues.
I just love how vague it is. Just health issues.
Just
vaguely
anything. Technically, this is beginners, by the way. What's advanced? Ascend, like with the
must be
with the power of this random stone.
Resolve health issues, like
what does
diabetes,
that mean?
Like
it says at the bottom here, once you master the basics, you'll learn more advanced pendulum techniques, including little-known methods that can be used to help you achieve any goal you desire.
Any goal.
Sam, I'm not to be pedantic, but my goal is to remove pendulum magic from the world.
Ooh.
I want to destroy pendulum magic.
They'll definitely teach you in advance. There's only one page in the...
There's a whole chapter.
Oh no, it's just one page of the entire book, and it's just...
I never thought you'd get this far. Why did you buy this book? There's a picture of the author with a gun in his mouth.
You've reached the end.
He's just like...
You achieved the goal.
He's like, I have nothing left to teach you. And he like bows and he fades into the background. Okay, so that's not the worst. Diagnose car or appliance problems. Self-explanatory. That is definitely how mechanics do it.
I like how this is ordered. There's not really a
like
grouping of...
There's not an ascending level of... Like, it does. It ascends from, like the simplest things that you would actually think that someone with, like, a pendulum dowsing around would actually have. Like, the ability to look for lost things, right? That's up in their purview. Literally, after diagnosing your car and appliance problems, the next one is communicating with spirits. And the next one after that is exploring your past lives. I cannot imagine that's possibly true.
How do you explore things with string and rocks? I'd like to...
You close your eyes and you hold the rock at length and it will pull you. And as it pulls you, you'll find out more about your past lives.
Cool. Again, I'm still confused about like how things dangling from string can... It just seems like a very stationary, like...
Well, Sam, the saddest part of all this review, because this is just the start of the thing, we have some silly stories to follow this up, but this is in paperback, so you save the money. It's only $12 on Amazon.
You can get it on Kindle,
It's in stock, too, so there you go. Like, it could be here literally in 14 hours. Oh my goodness, it's on Prime. That's amazing. Okay, so, or we could buy it used for $8, which means that they probably didn't understand the magic. But listen to this. This is a write-up for the book, okay?
Oh, no, they read the book, and then they already had explored all their past lives, so they just wanted to pass on.
Sam, you are looking at this right now, and you are seeing that 121 customers have reviewed this, and it is at 4 stars or so. That's a lot of people.
Well, I mean, like, statistically, not anyone... Like, if you just gave this book to everyone and got them to review it, this is like people who have willingly bought it already.
They've already purchased Pendulum Magic, Tap into Your Inner Wisdom for beginners. But here's the write-up on it. It's hard to believe that something... I'm going to get closer to the microphone. It's hard to believe that something as simple as a weight on a string can work magic. You are correct, sir. A pendulum is a powerful tool. It's small enough to carry around and use at any time. With just a few minutes of practice... anyone can start using it. Using the easy techniques in this book, you can use a pendulum for guidance, self-improvement, psychic development, and a wealth of other practical purposes.
Wait, a few minutes of practice? Like, it takes that long?
Yeah, you know, ultimately... Sam, that's actually a really good, like, swing into the people who have written 1-star reviews of this. This person is...
these are lengthy reviews.
This book goes way too much off topic. This is from Amelia in 2014. I think at some point the author ran out of pendulum-related stuff to talk about because the book goes horribly off topic. The first few chapters were alright. I learned a couple of other uses for the pendulum and didn't mind all the little anecdotes popping up. But when I got to the chapter about finding things, the book started to go downhill. Pardon me. From there, the book seems to talk about things that have nothing, in all caps, to do with pendulum use. Psychic self-defense, auras, box, flower remedies, etc. I'm halfway in, and not sure if I can finish because if I wanted to read about these topics, I wouldn't have picked up this book in the first place. Pendulum magic is super simple to use, and I think potential readers would be better off looking it up online and passing on this book. I won't be reading anything by this author again.
This author has other books?
This person's upset not because the pendulum magic book was stupid and like didn't work, it's that it wasn't good enough.
They're looking for a better pendulum magic book.
Realistically, they did say beginners though, so this is Amelia's fault. He did say it was for beginners. She should have known if she's an advanced pendulaic person. I don't know what the term would be. Pendulite?
I don't even know pendulite.
Not related to pendulette. That's different.
I don't even know what to say about Amelia. Like, she's... That's a gasp of that you can't believe.
Well, it's just a 1-star review from Kiki in 2015. Literally, like, 14 days ago. Like, 2 weeks ago, this person wrote this review. Just says, no caps. This book company gives no real information.
I mean...
The book company, not the book. The book is fine.
The book company.
I don't...
That's kind of a given. Like, with just from the title might as well say magic. You know.
It's so weird. This person also has a thing, just not up to par. As you read this book, the circle, the altar, this is what gives this type of using a bad name. Cleanings, yes. Protective bag for your pendulum, yes. But candles, circles, and altars are not necessary. I don't like it. Again, not a problem with pendulum magic.
He thinks he knows, like, the real way to use pendulum magic.
Not a problem with pendulum magic as a concept. The problem here is, like, the pendulum magic information was not good enough. They wanted more.
They wanted more specific pendulum magic.
They're like, his knowledge of pendulum magic is, at least 3 levels below my own. As a level 7 wizard, I will tell you. I think, honestly, these are great because, like, the 3-star reviews are, I think, better because they're, like, in the middle, right? These are people who are like, it's fine. Like, shocked me a bit when it arrived. There were different colors.
Covers.
Oh, pardon me.
Oh, so sometimes when you order it, the cover doesn't
aren't.
look as it does on Amazon.
3 stars for Michael.
Just
okay.
In what sense? Like it was fun to read, or like
3 stars. Boring too.
Wait, did they leave another review? Because they said 2.
It just says Amazon. Yeah, did they like hit enter and go, oh, I can't do anything about it now. So, yeah, I do love that in the side here we can get a chakra stacked layered healing crystal dowsing divination pendulum.
Wow.
It's $7. That's like $1 per word in the title. It's priced at a penny.
Nice.
You could buy this for a penny and it ships for $6. How is that possibly fair? How are you making money on this? I want to know. Chakra pyramids. We have just fallen down into a horrible, terrible hole. Keep in mind, guys. Keep in mind, these things are purchasable. We are looking at them right now.
This
you guys,
is on Amazon.
You can buy them.
A lot of them have very high stars, like 4.5 and 5.
This one is 61% 5 rated stars. I want to see one star on the chakra stacked layered healing crystal dowsing rod. It was another amethyst. This was nothing like the photos. It was almost completely purple. I normally don't give bad reviews when it calls for it, but then I must. I gave it as a gift to my sister, who gave me money anyway.
Your sister felt so bad that she had purchased it.
Oh my goodness!
You gave her the money. Or she thought it was just so great that she didn't feel worthy to receive it as a gift.
Oh, I love the idea of that, actually. She's just like, it was purple, so I gave it to my sister and she paid me. Whatever. Don't buy. Very sad, as I ordered this 3 times. The tip always breaks off within a couple of days. Is she using it right? And I don't think that's what's supposed to happen. Anyway, it's obviously not a necklace. It's just the house to pray with... What? It's just in the house to pray with, yet bottom color comes off.
Well,
it's
mean...
Oh, there's supposed to be a
So they
comma.
must be like...
It's just in the house to pray with, yet the bottom color comes off.
She must be like... Well, I mean... They must be just glued together like all the colors. Almost like plastic and very tiny.
I've heard that before. Hi, Mom. So, I have found some stories that Sam has not seen. Sam has seen one of them. Sam, you have seen the man smuggling hummingbirds inside his pants.
Hummingbirds just don't look comfortable at all.
They don't.
Or too comfortable, I'm not sure.
So, you need to get ready. They're kind of like, why would you point them beak out? Why would you point them beak out?
3 by 3 plus 1. Like all these little tiny beaks, just
the title for this is
wiggling around in there.
The title for this is horrible. The man packing a dozen peckers in his pants. If you were to sit next to this on an airline passenger, you might understand why he was fidgeting around so much. This Dutch traveler was caught trying to smuggle more than a dozen live hummingbirds in special pouches sewn into the inside of his underwear at Rochambeau, in Siam, French Guinea. The birds were individually wrapped in cloth and taped up to prevent them from escaping, quote unquote, from their sweaty travel container.
Oh,
look at them in their sad little...
so cute. Almost, they're like little babies, but like the fact that they're shoved up against a man's thing is just. I'm so sorry.
They're just like, well, this happened. That is like a mile-long stare.
Like, this is what life is.
The man.
This is my life now.
I can never go back.
They're gonna need hummingbird counseling.
What would that be? Just like very high pitched, very quick. Like you walk up. That's too cute. The man who reportedly has a previous conviction for trying to smuggle the tiny creatures was arrested. This is not the first time he did it. He was caught both times.
Maybe
he did this before.
This time he actually tried sewing them into his pants instead of just like putting them in. And letting him fly around.
Having a great time with your pants on moving about. So, I love this line here. It is not yet clear if he has been tried for any crime. Because I don't know if this is even illegal. He might have just not even paid tariffs, that's all. Like, he might have just, like, caught them and was smuggling them across. And they're just like, I don't even know how we charge this guy.
They're just sitting there like, what do we even do? What?
I like how the people took a picture with the birds.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're just like, I can't believe this happened.
They're part of history now. This actually happened.
Oh, that's amazing. So, you're ready for that, right? Get ready for this headline, okay? Everyone brace yourselves. I'm going to save this really quick to the right folder so I can find it later on. Weekly Thing Stories.
Cool.
This is the Weekly Thing. Again, saying the title so you remember.
Weekly Thing.
Are you prepared?
I'm ready for another thing.
Wyoming man found with 30 eyeballs in his anal cavity.
What? There are so many things wrong with this. First of all, Wyoming man.
Why are you in Wyoming? First thing.
Why so specific about 30 is a very high number of eyeballs. 30 is a very high number of anything to be found in your anal cavity.
Now, Sam, it gets worse because I've read this story. And wait till you hear what he wants to do with them.
What kind of eyeballs?
Cow eyeballs.
Those are bigger than human eyeballs.
Police made a routine traffic stop Thursday morning and got more than they bargained for when Roy Tilbot, 51, you sad man, stepped out of his El Camino for a field sobriety test, and Casper police noticed several eyeballs slide from his right pant leg onto the ground.
They were coming out.
Feeling like they could have a potential murderer on their hands, police quickly drew guns and cuffed him. Tilbot assured the eyeballs were not human, but instead cow eyeballs he had pilfered from Johnson Meats, a slaughterhouse where he worked as a butcher. He was shoving eyeballs from a butcher shop up his butt. That's no good. Sam has died. Sam is a statue.
Please tell me that, there weren't 30 of them.
Tilbot explained his actions. I enjoy eating bovine eyeballs, and smuggling them out in my colon was the only way I knew how to get them out.
Okay, so not only... Is he smuggling them? He's going to eat them later? Are you serious?
Seasoned with the finest Tilbot. Oh my goodness.
What? They're a very wasteful company. We should be allowed to take scrap meat and other parts home.
The company should start a green initiative. They don't even recycling at the plant.
The colon was the only way I knew I had to get them out.
Tilbot told police estimated he had stolen several thousand eyeballs out from the plant over the past few months. I put them in soups, he said. They're beneficial for erectile dysfunction, which I currently battle.
It's not just eating them, he puts them in soup. So does that somehow make it better that they were in his colon before, or...
Tilbot was arrested for driving under the influence. His BAC was 2 times higher than the legal limit. It would have to be if your intention for the evening was, I'm going to get messed up. I got some cow eyeballs. I got my car. I got some liquor.
And they were in my butt.
And my car don't run on cow eyes. Yeah, police are unsure whether to charge Tilbot with theft for the bovine eyeballs. They're waiting to talk to his employer first. So...
I feel like putting them up his butt is enough punishment already.
Look at him, because he's a pretty man.
Oh, he looks so sad.
He looks, well, yeah.
This is his life.
he has to wake up in the morning and know that later on in the day,
I want to know.
He may pass a cow eye. He might be lying about the 50. That's only the ones they found.
Wait, so how many were actually
inside him?
Inside him.
About 50.
How is that possible?
Well, if your name is, what is it, Frank?
I just want to calculate the the
Roy.
average.
Roy means king.
The average accumulation of mass, 30 cow.
All right, guys, we're doing this right now, live on the Weekly Thing. We are going to look up the weight of a cow eye.
Not the weight, just the mass.
How big are cow eyes?
Because I've dissected them in high school. They're pretty big.
What is this kid doing?
He's just cow eye.
What is this?
Just pretending it's...
He has a cow... Okay, for those of you at home...
It's in a bag.
Yeah, but he's got a... Why would you have a cow eye in a bag?
Because you're going to dissect it in class.
But he's not wearing gloves. He's just holding it to his face. Look, it's my eyeball. Which, by the way, it looks like it's much larger than a human eye.
It's much larger than a human eye.
It is... This is going to be kind of
gross.
Because
it's easy to see the cornea and stuff when you dissect it in class.
Guys, I'm not going to put it in the video. Don't worry about that. But what I am going to say is that you guys should definitely go and Google how big a cow eyeball is, because they are sizable. They're they're cherry size.
I was in science honors and it was a treat to be able to, and there everyone was excited about it. And,
Did you ever get to the part in science class where you shove 50 of them up your rectum?
Oh, that was the advanced honors class. That's
advanced honors. So
that was IB level.
Oh, dude. So, we're off and running. This is the first episode. So, as a backup, I've prepared this. Now, Sam, have you ever seen Florida Man?
I feel like this has been mentioned. I have cousins who live in Florida, so...
Well, there's a very interesting law in Florida, which is very, very interesting. It allows... it's a reason why you hear a lot of stupid stories about Florida. The reality is, you have the right in Florida as a news person to ask the police for reports on any active investigation or arrest.
Cool.
And they have to give you all their information.
Fair
Which
enough.
is why you get stories like this. Florida man found hiding in a bush outside Kangaroo Express claims he created owns world.
He created.
That... Wow.
He is creator.
He made... An Astor man was arrested this morning after telling deputies that he was the creator and owned the world, quote-unquote. A Lake County Sheriff's Office arrest affidavit states. While on patrol, a deputy named Alan Ramsey, 61...
Or noticed Alan Ramsey.
Noticed Alan. I was like, the deputy's 61? You'd think he would have moved up by then. Hiding in a bush on the north side of State Road 40, deputy said. The deputy sheriff said Ramsey was watching a worker at the Kangaroo Express pick up garbage outside the store, so the deputy asked him to come out of the bushes. Ramsey tried to hide himself, but finally came out of the bush, the deputy said. Ramsey was asking what he was doing and said, I am the creator and it's none of your business. When asked who he was, Ramsey said, I am the Alpha and the Omega. Look it up.
Just like... I can just imagine, like, if there is a god out there, walking around the world...
Stalking.
He would just go to someone and be like, look it up.
Yo, bro, it's me.
Look me up.
I'm
it's
the big
me.
G. All up in here.
I feel like that's not really in line with, like,
yeah, but why
what
is he,
I've heard.
I like the fact that he's, like, in the bush, and the guy's like, come out. And he's like, I don't want to. I'm too scared. It's like, who are you? I'm the Alpha and Omega. Like, he went from nothing to, like, 100 so fast.
Oh, man. Look at those eyebrows, though.
Oh, the dude's on fleek. Look at him. He's got that kind of, like, he's fully Yeezy.
He's just, like... I like how his eyebrows are just significantly darker than the rest of his hair.
There's also Florida woman. Here's the thing. Florida men are always like their penis is caught in something. Like, legitimately, in some cases, it's a puppy. Sometimes it's another woman.
Sometimes
Like, it's just a random woman that they found on the street.
Hummingbirds.
Sometimes it's hummingbirds. Who knows? Florida women are nuts. Like, they are horrifying.
At least these ones.
Florida woman commits robbery, leaves name, phone number, obscene drawing in the guest book.
Wow, that is a statement. If anything.
Thanks to the signatures, the suspects were signed, sealed, and delivered straight to jail.
That's hilarious.
Palm Beach, Florida, the authorities say a man and woman left the woman's name and telephone number in the guest book before stealing $6,000 worth of jewelry. They didn't just sign it, they put their numbers in it.
Why? What? I don't understand this. Like to me, there has to be another reason. Like, it just can't be like...
At least they're polite.
They just felt like leaving it in the guest book.
Wouldn't it be funny if we signed it? I love this. They actually tried subterfuge. Officers found multiple fake email addresses and at least one obscene drawing in the gallery's good book. They spent time filling out multiple things.
Or were they trying to send them a while? Did they want to get caught? Like...
Well, the reports that two of the fake emails included the name Meg, and one of them was her phone number.
Why?
You put your real name in it.
They were trying to be funny, like, oh, you'll never catch us, and then like...
Oh, it's like those stupid people who, like, rob people and then Instagram it.
Like, take a picture and be like, whoa.
They selfie, like, that's the thing, I can look that up right now, where it's just like...
That was the thing, a guy, like, took a selfie while robbing this guy's house.
Yeah, well, there's, like, a thing where it's like, this is the one I'm thinking of. There's, like, teenage girls in balaclavas, and they were like, lol, gonna go rob a store. And they robbed a store with, like, a huge steak knife, and they were in balaclavas. And then they took a pre-crime selfie.
Pre-crime.
So immediately people were like, yo, dog, are you her? It's like, no. And it's like, your Instagram says you're a criminal.
Wow.
Keep in mind, no matter what else you do in your life, you're not this person. You don't have to be taking selfies before committing crimes. Now, I feel like we're helping criminals be smarter here, but this is pretty
They should already be, past this.
You should kind of already know what's up if your plan of engagement to rob someone is, well, I gotta look good. Because when they look at me...
Gonna get my eyebrows done for the robbery today.
When they look at me, I want them to be like, that's a sexy robber. You are robbing them! You don't need them to think you look good.
I'm just so confused. Like, why would you be telling... Are you, like, bragging to your friends? Like, oh, look how G I am. Robbing this store today. Aren't I the coolest? Aren't I just the coolest?
I threatened a man with death.
So great. Why?
So this is not so much a story as much as just
I feel like if I saw someone post a selfie of them about to rob a store with a steak knife, I may or may not unfriend them. I mean, that's just me personally. It's probably not a person I want to be in contact with.
I have a follow-up story to the cow eyeballs.
Okay.
Man will pay $100,000 to have sex with grizzly bear. So this isn't really so much of a news story as much as somebody sent an email and people were in talks with Russian mobsters about it. We all know that trophy hunting, effectively, a man allegedly named Walter Colonel sent this email, which is believed to be well-known Russian gangster, searching for a sexual experience with a bear. A grizzly bear. Anatoly, as I told your associate, I am willing to pay $100,000 to have intercourse with a male grizzly bear.
Wait, not a female grizzly bear?
Why? You
a male grizzly bear who is doing the insertion part here.
If I raise and it does not have testicles, I am out. I am very physically...
He wants a grizzly bear to nail him.
Oh my goodness.
To destroy him.
Well, it's a bear. It's not gonna... How would you make that happen? How would you make that happen? You can't just present.
Like, I'm here, grizzly bear. Take me now.
I am yours in body and in spirit. Through sickness and in health. Till death do we part, which will be very soon on account of you being a bear.
How? What?
You can't... I'm good. This is a rule. This is our first rule. We're going to come up with rules, I think. That's going to be a thing.
Okay.
You can't have sex with a bear.
That is a rule.
Do not screw the bear.
Well, in this case, he wants the bear to screw him, so...
Well, maybe. He might want to be in domination. Of course, the bear will likely not submit to me. Is it possible I could wear a grizzly costume?
Oh, that makes it so much better.
That would actually probably only work for a female bear, and I want this bear to be a male grizz, a very fit one. How do we make that happen? Would your men hold the grizzly stationary while I mount it? It's possible the bear would then submit after a brief struggle, ? When I had sex with a lion, that's what my guide said, held it until it submit. Who knows, maybe the bear will like it. I had an ostrich that seemed to enjoy it.
What?
Again, I'm offering...
This is like his hobby. This isn't just like a guy sitting at a computer being like, oh, wouldn't it be crazy if I did this one crazy thing? No, this is like something he's done multiple times. It's like he's checking off a list of just like exotic animals. Like, oh, how many exotic animals?
Not even predators, just indiscriminate. He's like ostrich.
Ostrich.
He's like, I had an ostrich that seemed to enjoy it.
Just a really big, impossible animal.
But it's like, I think he's missing the point, because when you really look at, like, the world, if Fern Gully and early 90s, like, Disney movies have taught me anything, man is the most dangerous game. So, honestly, he should just be banging humans. The fact that
That is true.
The fact that you're like, it says here, respond ASAP, I want to get this moving along, Walter Colonel. For the record, guys, if you guys want to send me any weird stories,
that would be amazing.
I'm gonna set up an email. We're gonna get it going along. I'm gonna put it on screen here. I don't know what it'll be. Probably TheWeeklyThing@gmail.com. Just put it up here. If you have anything, please send sources. I can't use a story that doesn't have a source for obvious reasons.
Makes sense.
Because I can't find out if it's even a story at all. Again, this is the first time, so it's a little bit more off the cuff than is normally the case. However, in the future it'll be a bit more organized. I will have more stories to talk about, and more things that we should discuss. Now, as part of the weekly thing, we also talk about stuff that, not just crazy stories, things that have happened this week. And I would like to ask you, Sam, have you seen the new Star Wars trailer?
Yes! I'm so excited! Oh my goodness, it looks so good!
Wow. You just got... I did not expect it to get as much of a response from you as it did.
It looks beautiful. It is immaculate.
Have you heard about the backlash.
The backlash?
Okay, well, you haven't, so I get to make your life worse a little bit.
Why?
So, Star Wars Episode 7, White Genocide.
What?
Now, this started apparently as... Oh, my internet's being weird. Apparently this started as a joke on 4chan. Or something. But, not... It's very weird. I'm just gonna, like, put it up right now as, like, a very, very weird thing that is real in the world. So, you know how, in a lot of movies, we've been seeing a lot of people of minorities showing up.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it is. I am a white guy.
You are very much
I'm a super white guy.
Super white guy.
You are not 100% white. You are mixed.
I am half, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, the reality is, like, when I see people of ethnicities in movies, I can still relate to them because I'm a human being. I'm a thoughtful person. But here's the weird thing. People seem to have this weird mentality online that, like, if a guy's not white, you can't relate to him. Like, white people are relatable.
Which is not really statistically true throughout the entire world when you kind of, like, add you all up in numbers.
All of you up.
Just like,
all
if we were
of
to
you.
round you all up in the words of Donald Trump. And just like,
that was so stupid.
I mean,
we're
there
gonna
would be
round them
less
up and
of
they're
you
gonna pay
probably
for it.
than
How are they gonna pay?
I mean, statistically, I don't exactly know. I'm just assuming that's the case. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe it comes out as pretty even. But
so if you go to boycott Star Wars Episode 7, at least at the point of this recording.
Boy Stars.
Oops.
That sounds like an amazing name for like a new Disney.
No,
Disney
that sounds
band.
like something else. That's a website.
Oh.
Boystarts.org. Wink. Don't go there. Please, for love of God, don't go there. Okay, so this is one of those weird things that boycott Star Wars Episode 7 originally started as a trolling attempt. It was somebody being like, haha, look at all these ethnic minorities, they're trying to destroy white people. The problem then became that
I don't blame
real
them.
Humans... what was that?
Nothing.
What was that?
No, you continue.
What was that? Round all of you up, did you say? But yeah, it immediately became a thing where after the fact, it was like people were talking about how for Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, that, which I'm super excited for,
I'm so stupid.
that it was an attempt at, because the main leads of the story are like a white woman and a black man, that somehow, because no white man is in charge, that means white people are doomed.
Oh my goodness, he's totally right. That sounds so ridiculous. Like, what?
If you explain the story, it's just like, so why don't you want black people in this movie? Like, we want black people in this movie. We just don't want them to be, you know
leaders or anything.
leading it.
You
know, it's like, why?
Well, people can't lead movies. Like,
they're just not intelligent. It's like, what are you talking
the
about?
shape of their head relates.
Oh my goodness, that's just dumbest pseudoscience garbage.
Like, why is that a problem? Like, I think it's an amazing thing that, like, that is going to happen.
Representation is important at any account, but it's really just weird when you look at the stuff, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, if you looked at this, right? If you read this as, like, saw the tweet and went, okay, I'll read that, right? You don't think, no one thinks that's real.
I want to hear some of their logic behind this, like, and I just want to utterly destroy it, mostly.
All right, so a lot of these things are, like, at the point, we got to the story basically at the point where there are no stupid comments about.
Because everyone's being
like,
intelligent is like.
All y'all are stupid.
Oh, I love that one with Obama in it. Like,
the same people with the boycotts, the same ones who think that the guy is a Kenyan Muslim usurper. Oh my goodness. It's really stupid. Ultimately, the story is effectively just that. It's like someone started a troll thing to try and make people feel like react, and they did. And here's the dumbest thing, though. As the news cycle is wont to do, now everyone's talking about it.
Yeah. Maybe this is a clever plan to, like, make everyone want to go to Star Wars, because, like...
You're right, because before it was like, who knew? Really. Like, the trailer came out and it was kind of like, I don't know. Maybe.
As proved by my reaction for when you asked me.
Yeah. You're very ambivalent. You're just kind of like, maybe.
I was like, whatever.
Can I actually... again, this is effectively what the weekly thing is. We just kind of have conversations a bit.
Cool.
But, okay. I'm bothered by his lightsaber.
Whose lightsaber? There are a lot of lightsabers.
The crossguard one.
Really?
I think it's really silly.
It's a little bit, it looks like he could definitely accidentally cut a finger off.
I mean, yeah. I mean, as I say this, I'm like...
But it's like
Darth Maul.
The dark side are the ones that always have the ridiculous lightsabers.
Okay, I'm going to take that back. The crossguard actually makes sense, because when you look at other lightsabers, it's like, when real swords lock, they slide, because they're metal on metal.
Yeah.
When lightsabers hit each other, they would slide too. So if you have a crossguard, that's awesome. But the problem is, like, the blade would come down and hit the crossguard.
Yeah.
Where the beam emitter is.
Oh.
Which would then break it.
So
it just cuts the handle off, and then you don't have... Unless there's, like, the thing inside? Like, I don't know how it works.
Unless it's omitting it, like...
Inside the thing out.
Yeah.
And it's, like, splitting it in three
That would make
directions.
more sense, because then it would.
Is that maybe why it's all, like, frazzled looking?
Maybe.
Because all crackly because it's directing it in three different areas?
Yeah.
That's interesting as a theory. I would say Count Dooku had the dumbest lightsabers. Because he had, like, hooked them. They're hooked. They're bent.
Part of me is like, light doesn't bend. How did you get it to do that?
Light bends. You can bend light.
You can bend light, but, like...
No, it doesn't bend. Like, his lightsaber doesn't bend, but the hilt of his lightsaber is bent.
Oh, I see.
See, look.
It looks kind of like a gun.
Well, it's, like, weird looking, because he's, like, you can't... It's, like, if he holds it straight, there's a picture here that I'll save, and it's from the TV show, but he stands up straight, and when he's holding it in his hand flat, it points down. It points down.
Does that mean he could take it in his hands and, like, swirl it
That's
around?
what I was just thinking. He's like, woo!
You're just, like, whirl it
He could
around.
spin... my meaning is that he could spin it in his palm, and it would swirl about in front of him.
Yeah.
Which, ultimately, the thing is, he can't get a good grip on it, right? Because if he holds it flat out in front of him, the blade is like this. Right? If he... I'm miming like this. Imagine...
you could just take your lightsaber and just go and knock it sideways, and it would just go whooshing, take off his head accidentally.
Sam, imagine holding a boomerang. If you hold a boomerang at a 90-degree angle on one side, right? Like, your body is, like, parallel to you. Like, you hold a sword hilt, like, in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Where does the point of the boomerang go? It's either going out at a sharp angle in front of you or at you.
At you or sideways.
Yeah, or, like, in a weird direction.
Which would look really funny. Like,
if,
I'll go get you. Going off to the other side.
Do you think that Count Dooku was made fun of in Jedi Academy and stuff? Because he's like, I will make the greatest lightsaber we've ever seen. And he makes it and it's, like, bent. And they're like...
I can't even make it straight, man.
He's like wobbles.
Real swords have curves.
Oh. Guys, leave me alone, guys. Real swords have... Real Jedi's have curves.
Real Jedi's have curves. Oh, man.
My brain immediately goes to, like, the not even from the box planet. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
That's funny.
All right.
He just wanted to be different, you know?
He just wanted to live it. Florida woman accidentally superglues
eyes
shut. How?
She probably... No, I know exactly how this happened. No, don't show me. I'm going to take a guess.
Okay.
She was trying to put false eyelashes on, couldn't find
no.
eyelash glue, found super glue instead.
Oh, Sam, you make me sad because you're right. This should be a thing where I ask you to guess what you think happened and see how close you are.
I'm usually very good at it, as well as I'm guessing ends of jokes, which ruins a lot of people's day. But...
She mistakenly glued her eyes shut. Something blew into my eye, and I screamed for someone to get me eye drops out of my purse, and they brought me super glue.
It's not even her fault.
You need new friends. You need new friends.
I was wrong.
First off, wait. Something blew into your eyes, so you got eye drops. Why? Like, you just like, oh, there's dust in my eye, get me eye drops. And then someone grabs super glue, which looks nothing like it.
Why is her super glue next to her eye drops? Why does she have super glue?
Who did this? As soon as I felt it hit my eye, I felt it burn. I closed my eye and I screamed, called 911. Well,
she was just having a bad day.
While her injury would make anyone cringe, experts say mistaken eye drops and super glue all too often. Oh my goodness.
What?
The first thing I think everyone needs to know is don't panic. The eye cells will slough off and eventually loosen the grip of the super glue, he explained. There's not a single thing that is permanent that will not slow off on its own. In time, it will go away. The doctor said if someone gets super glue in their eye, they should see an eye doctor immediately, but not panic about permanently losing their eyesight. So that's
Wait, is she saying that, like, this happens a lot?
Yes. She's saying not only does it happen a lot, not to worry, because your eye cells will get rid of it eventually.
That's good to know, but...
So listen, kids. What we're really telling you right now is put super glue in your eyes.
See what happens.
For legal reasons, I have to say don't do that.
I think we should make it another rule.
We now know people are dumb enough to be like, here you go. Read the packaging.
I want to know who did it. Who gave her the super glue?
Yeah.
Was it like
we don't... Who did it? She's
son?
We don't talk about it anymore. We don't talk... They're not alive.
Was it their
They're
kid?
dead to me.
Like...
They're dead to me.
Oh, that's too funny. Poor woman.
Police find 3,700 knives in Florida woman's booby-trapped trailer home.
Wow.
How do you fit 3,000 knives in a home? I can't think.
Is it a home at that point? Is it...
A Florida woman was living in a mobile home that was booby-trapped, quote-unquote, with more than 3,700 swords, knives, and other bladed weapons, was in jail on Thursday after attacking police officers who had come to arrest her. Nicole, spelled N-I-C-K, Cole.
That is Nick Cole.
You have two. Nick Cole is a...
Nick Cole.
Nick Cole.
N-I-C-K.
Dakima.
C.
There are too many C's in your name. Nick Cole. Nick Cole. Nicole?
Nicole.
I don't want to be
Nicole.
Let's not talk about Nicole. That's not fair. You're 47. You should know better. Was being held without bond on charges including assaulting an officer and resisting arrest. Authorities discovered a macabre scene on Tuesday evening when they arrived to arrest her for a probation violation with blades hanging from the ceilings and walls of her mobile home in Brooksville. When officers knocked on the door, she barricaded herself inside, then lunged at one officer with a sword-like weapon, narrowly missing an officer's head. It took deputies 5 hours to subdue her. That's a picture.
Is that a picture?
Oh my goodness, it is. It's a gallery.
It's a gallery.
She has a mannequin hand. She's got a mannequin. This is bad.
I can't even see it that well.
Okay, there's a little hand right here.
Oh, that totally is. Is that holding a sword?
Oh my goodness, it's not holding a sword, but it's by swords. Literally, there is... I'm going to put the picture up. This is from news.yahoo.com, so credit to them for all the pictures and everything. But this is literally just that there. Literally, it's just a wall of nothing but blades. Where do you hang your stuff? Like, where do you keep things?
Well, I mean, she must have outfitted it for them, like, coming, right? Just like a plan? Unless she just lives with blades as like, you know.
Well,
like...
I don't know how you could hide them. Where would you put them? There's 3,000 of them.
She's just really into medieval, like...
Sam, 1,000 of something's a lot.
I like the fact that we found out that it's not just knives, it was swords, too. And I just want to know the percentage of knives to swords. Like, how many knives were there compared to swords?
Maybe 20/80.
It's like 20/80.
You gotta have a good split. You know, swords are big and unwieldy. You can carry multiple knives. It's really more of like a quality of the multiples. Like you can have multiple knives.
Were there some really small ones or really big ones of all kinds? Did she just order them on Amazon?
One small one, some as big as your hand.
Did she just go to Amazon and like order 50 of one kind and then like just keep going until she was at 3,000?
Sorry, I'm just reading this. Okay. At the time of the incident, Daikima was on probation because of a February conviction for carrying a concealed firearm without a permit. She seems so well adjusted. Officers obtained warrants for her arrest after a neighbor accused her of knifing a screen window. Authorities said they also discovered booby traps, fake skeletons, rubber Halloween-style masks, and fake severed limbs throughout the residence.
Really, she was just trying to put up a really convincing haunted house for the kids of the neighborhood.
Oh my goodness, Sam. How big's a mobile home?
Oh, you're right.
How big's a mobile home?
So small.
A mobile home has about the square footage of the room we're currently in.
You're right. How did she do anything?
3,000!
How do you...
Was it 3,000 or 4,000?
Looks like they're hanging from the ceiling. Like
More than 3,700. Can you imagine being the guy who was like, they're like, all right, Tim, listen. So, you know the Daikima case? We have some evidence from that we need you to process. How good are you with swords? And he's like, I'm pretty good. It's like, great, Tim, listen, Tim. How are you, like, with, like, you know, examining knives and stuff. And he goes, I'm pretty good with that. Like, Chief, I just want to prove myself. I want the big case. I want to break. I want to help. He goes, great. I've got 3,000 knives.
Oh,
you need to catalog all
one?
of them.
Oh, no.
Hey, guys, I'm just going to ask you really quick. What's the going rate of a knife?
How did she afford all of them?
She could have bought a house.
She had swords. Swords are expensive.
Oh my goodness,
swords are expensive.
She's sitting in a room going.
She's sitting in a mobile home, like with thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of swords and knives.
Sam, she's sitting in a
and
room.
masks and skeletons.
For what purpose we don't know. Like maybe she was a superhero, knife woman.
Knife woman.
I like that she was literally she's sitting in her trailer, right? She's sitting at sitting in her mobile home, polishing her swords, which she has to do at least once a day, all of them somehow. And she's sitting there and going, when the stock market shifts and swords are worth things again, when we switch over from the NASDAQ to the sword market, I'm set.
Oh man.
I am when knives go up in value.
It's not just 3,000, 3,700. That's very close to 4,000.
Yes.
And more.
It's probably. Oh my goodness.
I just wanted to discuss the issue of booby trapped was in quotes there.
She lived there.
Booby traps. We're talking Indiana Jones, they swing from one side of the room to the other.
I would not be surprised. She leaves her house, she pulls a little cable, and the cable sets a knife by the door.
You know the good old slapstick comedy where someone steps on a rake and it comes up?
Oh.
And she does like a sword.
Now I know what you meant, right? I know what you meant was someone steps on the hilt and it stabs in the face. But my immediate response was the imagination of her crudely fastening a sword hilt first to a rake, and then a police officer stepping on it, and a blade's going shoosh, like a scorpion tail.
Assuming he's got the weight to actually get the hilt up there.
That is so insane. Okay, so we're coming up to an hour. So we're gonna look for one more story briefly.
Cool.
And we're gonna say our goodbyes.
Where are we gonna end off?
How we're gonna end this up? Florida woman calls police to report hurt feelings.
Oh, honey, no.
Or this. Okay, there's two stories here. Honey, no.
Honey, no. That's what I would do if I picked up a phone. I have hurt feelings. Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
The page is missing. It was taken down. So we don't have any foundation for that story. What we do have is our final backup story, which is woman wanted daughter's homeless boyfriend killed. As you would.
That is a fair statement.
Was charged with... Okay. She wanted the homeless man her daughter was dating killed because the daughter's children came home with lice. He really shouldn't be homeless if he's dating her. That's step one. Maybe they're we want to take it slow. I know you're homeless, but I don't want to rush too quickly into this. And he's like, I see ghosts. And she's like, you
understand me.
He always has the right things. They're sitting in an alley. She's in nice clothes with her kids there.
Oh my goodness.
In a stroller, just
That's hilarious.
It's so Armless Jack, how are you?
Armless Jack, that was really loud.
How are you, Armless Jack? And he's just sometimes when the demons come out of my brain, I see aliens.
Oh, that's lovely. Anyway, so can you watch Mary and Joel for me for a second? And then I'm just...
Mary and Job, the kids I want you to be responsible for? I'm going to eat them. Oh, that's great, Armless Jack. Thank you so much. I'm going to be right back. What? At what point are you... How did they meet?
That is a good question.
How did they meet? The street. What do you have in common?
I think they met on the street, and
Oh my goodness. Okay, she hired her former son-in-law to quote-unquote pop the proposed victim. Her son-in-law, that means, oh my goodness, she hired her daughter's, the kid's father.
Wait, what?
Look, because it's her daughter was killed because the daughter's children came home, right?
Well, unless she has another...
maybe, but it doesn't say that. It just says her
her former son-in-law.
Her former son-in-law, meaning that it's they got divorced. This woman who's now dating a homeless... How bad is it that you got divorced from this woman?
This is exactly the plot of a really just typical drama.
But it's so crazy. You'd never believe this. It'd be hey, I'm gonna break up with my wife. I have children with her. Then she goes and she's dating a homeless guy. She must be dating down. Really? Like, she must be, right? Like...
I mean, unless he's also homeless. They just are...
But, like...
It's her type.
She said you can pop him in the head and chest. She also wanted him dead because he messed with Dion's children.
I'm just totally imagining, like...
Choked one of the kids and chased another child with dogs while making sexual comments to the child.
I'm just imagining the woman, like, calling up or something. Like, I know how to get what we both want. All you have to do is kill Armless Jack.
Shoot Armless Jack in the...
With, like, music playing in the background.
Just pop him in the head and chest. Honestly, though, like, how do you date
You can get her back.
He's a homeless guy. Where did he find dogs? He just has dogs. And, like, at what point it's like, I'm chasing you with dogs. And, like, someone's just like, homeless guy. He's a homeless guy.
Lots of homeless guys I've seen do have dogs. I don't know why. But they're very expensive.
They're crazy.
Commodities, but, like, this is just insane. Was he homeless the whole time when they met? Or, like, did he just fall flat on his face and just became a homeless afterwards?
Well, became a homeless.
No, that's very
like
degrading. This is just insane.
I took a bad turn of luck and I became the homeless. Well, unfortunate for me.
And wait, is his last name Loveless?
Yes.
That makes it so much more dramatic.
Mr. Loveless.
I just wanna... Someone's gotta come up to them and be like, so I'm a producer. I heard what happened.
No one will believe your story. No, they would never approach him with money. Because they'd just be like, no one's gonna believe this happened.
Oh my goodness.
It's like the knife story. If you were watching a movie and they just went to someone's house and they had 3,000 knives, you wouldn't believe it. You would be like, this is insane. Like, there's no way this is
I like
real.
how they had to count all of them.
Yeah, there were like some guys still counting them today.
He's just sitting there going, 3,701.
We're gonna end on this story instead because this is too good. Report: woman thought meth was beach sand. A 29-year-old woman is accused of having methamphetamine in her purse. Okaloosa County Sheriff were called to Destin store at July 21st around 10 a.m. According to the arrest report, the store owner said 2 people were in the store who had previously stolen items. She pointed out the 2, Jacqueline Suzanne Stacy, and a man, the report said. Stacy was crouched at a rotating display with her bag open between her legs. When they approached, according to the report, investigation found the man with her was not the man involved in the previous theft. They asked her if she had anything in her bag that had been stolen from the store. The report said Stacy said she did not, and told deputies that they could search the bag if they wanted to. After looking in the bag, deputies noticed a Crown Royal bag, which they believe could have been held jewelry from the display case where she had crouched in front of, according to the report. Stacy quickly grabbed the bag from him, saying, "I used the methamphetamine on my face." Pardon me.
Wait, I use that for my face.
Deputies saw a small plastic bag with what they believed was methamphetamines. They stated, "I use that for my face," and then said deputies no longer had permission to search. She was detained, and the substance was identified as methamphetamine.
She used it for her face?
That was her excuse.
Her excuse was like, this is for my face. Stacy quickly grabbed the bag from them, stating, "I use that for my face." She found the bag on the side of the road. Okay, so you know...
I found it.
I found it, and now I use it for my face. I
assumed it was sand.
I assumed I use it for my face now.
Sam, I found a strange bag full of sand by the side of the road. So what do I do with that? I rub it on my face. Simple logic dictates you rub it on your face.
She then said she had thought the substance in the bag was beach sand.
Why? Why did you draw that conclusion? Even if she actually tells the truth and she thinks that it's actually beach sand, why did you draw the conclusion that it was beach sand? Meth does not look like sand.
But the story is just so... She found the bag on the side of the road, A, while walking from the beach. B, she thought it was beach sand. Obvious conclusion from the previous A. And C, says she uses it for her face. So, like, the three... There's just three things that just don't seem connected at all.
It's really the holy trinity of, like, the common things you tell a police officer.
I mean, there was no other, like...
If I ever am...
What else would you do?
If someone around me... If I'm ever found in a murder situation, right? I'm legit gonna say, I found him by the side of the road, and I use him on my face.
They'll be like, oh, okay. No, we're so sorry. We're so sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Prison. You prison now.
you prison now.
You go prison now. We've come up to an hour almost exactly.
Woo! Go us.
So guys, here's the things that you should know now. 1, Pendulum Magic for Beginners exists and you should go buy it. That's our sponsor for today is Pendulum Magic for Beginners.
Just for beginners. Don't get too hasty.
If you are an experienced person, as we've heard, you will not like this book.
No. Experienced and advanced Pendulum users won't like it at all.
Oh my goodness.
It really goes off topic.
Is that how she found the knives?
She just used the pendulum and led her to the...
We'll lead you to knives. See, look right there. We're improving your book already. Alright guys, we're gonna try to make this weekly thing. So this is the weekly thing number 1. This is BFAB.
And this is SGS.
Signing out. If you guys have any weird stories, I'll put the email up again here. If you guys have any weird stories you can source and send to us, we will talk about them the next time around. We'll see you guys next time. Adios.
Yay.
The tiniest goodbye.